For decades, Blazing Saddles has been dissected, debated, and quoted to death. It is the gold standard of spoof movies, a film so provocative and hilarious that many claim it could never be made today. But there is one detail fans have consistently missed. It's not a deleted scene, a secret cameo, or some behind-the-scenes feud. It's right there on screen, hiding in plain sight, delivered with such subtlety that even die-hard fans never caught it. Gene Wilder finally confirmed it before his passing, and once you truly see it, it changes how you view the entire film. What if the most outrageous comedy of its era only worked because of the quietest performance in the room? Today, on Royal Time of Hollywood, we're uncovering the moment that held the film together, a moment that wasn't even in the original script. The role that was never meant for him. When Mel Brooks began filming Blazing Saddles, the role of the Waco Kid was already filled. The man in the boots was Gig Young, a seasoned Hollywood actor and Oscar winner. On paper, Young was perfect, a dignified performer who could lend credibility to the role of an aging, alcoholic gunslinger. However, things fell apart almost immediately. On the very first day of filming, during the scene where the kid is hung over in a jail cell, Young began to exhibit visible signs of distress. He was sweating, shaking, and slurring his lines. Brooks initially thought it was incredible method acting, but the reality was tragic. Young was suffering from acute alcohol withdrawal. By mid-morning, he collapsed and had to be rushed to the hospital. Production halted. The studio was panicking. Brooks needed a replacement fast. Instead of holding auditions, he made a personal call to the one man he trusted implicitly, Gene Wilder. They had worked together on The Producers, and Brooks knew Wilder was a genius. Wilder didn't ask about the script or the pay. He simply said yes and flew out the next day. Wilder arrived on set in less than 24 hours, still jet-lagged, but ready to take over a role he had never rehearsed. What happened next wasn't just a rescue mission, it was the birth of a comedic icon. While most actors prepare for months, Wilder had hours. Yet, by the time the cameras rolled, he inhabited the Waco Kid as if he'd lived in those boots for years. The genius of Gene's quiet performance. Gene Wilder's decision to play the Waco Kid straight was a deliberate, brilliant choice. According to Mel Brooks, Wilder joined the production under one condition: he wasn't going to play the character for laughs. In a film overflowing with slapstick, absurdity, and fourth-wall-breaking chaos, Wilder insisted on delivering a restrained, almost mournful performance. This wasn't an actor trying to steal scenes. It was an actor who understood the power of contrast. Wilder didn't push his lines or exaggerate his expressions. He leaned into stillness, giving the Waco Kid a quiet gravity that allowed the surrounding madness to flourish. This approach became the backbone of the film. While characters like Hedley Lamar and Mongo pushed absurdity to the edge, the Waco Kid stood apart as a ghost of the Old West, burned out and strangely dignified. The famous jailhouse scene where the kid explains his shaky hands wasn't just played for irony. Wilder delivered it with a weariness that was deeply human. Without this grounding force, the film's satire might have slipped into mere farce. The dream team that never happened. While we remember the chemistry between Gene Wilder and Cleavon Little, there is a massive what-if hanging over the movie. Richard Pryor was originally slated to play Sheriff Bart. Pryor was a co-writer on the film and was instrumental in shaping its sharp commentary on race. Mel Brooks fought for him, but Warner Brothers executives, wary of Pryor's public controversies and personal struggles, blocked his casting. This decision reshaped comedy history. Wilder later reflected on this lost opportunity. He and Pryor would eventually become one of the greatest comedic duos in history in films like Silver Streak and Stir Crazy. Had Pryor played Bart, Blazing Saddles would have been their first collaboration. Even though Pryor didn't appear on screen, his fingerprints are everywhere, in the rhythm of the jokes and the bite of the satire. Cleavon Little was brilliant, but the edge of the script was pure Pryor. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to check out the other stories and shocking updates on our channel. We've covered many incredible celebrity journeys, tragic endings, and untold Hollywood secrets that you don't want to miss. Binge watch our previous videos to discover more surprising facts, emotional stories, and where your favorite stars are today. Your support helps us bring you more powerful content like this, so don't forget to explore, watch more, and stay tuned for the next video. The tragedy beneath the laughter. Gene Wilder brought something to the Waco Kid that wasn't in the script: trauma. Wilder treated the kid's alcoholism and nervous tremors as real symptoms of a man who had seen too much. When the kid recalls being the fastest draw in the West, there's no boast in his tone, only regret. It feels like a confession. Wilder used silence and pauses to signal the character's pain, recognizing that the funniest characters are often the ones who hurt the most. This emotional intelligence added a layer of humanity to a film that thrived on irreverence. He made us wonder, why did he give up on the world?
Scenes you never saw.
Despite the straight performance, keeping a straight face on set was nearly impossible. Many of Wilder's most memorable moments took dozens of takes because the cast and crew couldn't stop laughing. Mel Brooks often had to be removed from the set because his laughter was bleeding into the audio tracks. The challenge wasn't Wilder's performance. It was the fact that his dry, quiet delivery was so unexpectedly funny that it broke everyone around him. There were also reports of quieter, more introspective scenes that were cut for time. These missing pieces of the Waco Kid's background continue to intrigue film historians. What remains, however, is a masterclass in restraint. Wilder's quiet defiance of Hollywood clichés. In the 1970s, comedy was loud. It was about mugging for the camera and being the biggest presence in the room. Wilder defied this. He didn't wink at the audience or beg for a laugh. He trusted the timing. His refusal to conform to comedic clichés is why his performance has aged so well. He wasn't a clown, he was a counterbalance. He provided the glue that held the chaos together, proving that you don't have to be the loudest to be the funniest. A career pivot born on set. Blazing Saddles wasn't just a hit, it was a launch pad. During the downtime on set, Wilder began talking to Brooks about a new idea, a story about the grandson of Dr. Frankenstein who wanted nothing to do with his family legacy. Initially, Brooks brushed it off, but Wilder was persistent. He wrote the draft while filming the Western, and Brooks eventually realized the genius of the concept. That conversation in the dirt of a Western set led directly to young Frankenstein, cementing Wilder not just as a great actor, but as a creative visionary. The legacy Gene helped cement. Gene Wilder's portrayal of the Waco Kid gave Blazing Saddles its soul. He proved that even in a movie where a horse gets punched and a campfire leads to, there is room for intelligence and silence. His work helped the film earn its place in the National Film Registry. The Waco Kid remains one of the most radical voices in comedy precisely because he is the quietest. If this gave you a new way to look at this classic, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Royal Time of Hollywood.